So Bernie Sanders ran against Hillary Clinton in the primaries, of course, and he did not come out victorious in that Democratic primary. He's now endorsed Hillary Clinton, but he has said over and over again, that's not the point. The point is to continue to fight for our revolution. So last night, he had a speech online where he announced his new group, Our Revolution. I don't know why I'm surprised that the rest of the media has almost not covered it at all. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but he was a big pivotal character, got millions of votes, started a movement. So I know when the right wing starts a movement, even if it's a tiny one like the Tea Party, the media's all over the Tea Party. Tea Party is so important. And you've got this giant progressive wave, and Bernie Sanders is at the head of that at this point, and hardly a peep. So, but of course we do things differently. So, and I agree with his central message, at least in terms of a revolution to change the system so that we can get our democracy back. I agree with that completely. So let me share with you what Bernie Sanders said last night.
Tonight, I want to introduce you to a new independent nonprofit organization called Our Revolution, which is inspired by the historic Bernie 2016 presidential campaign. Over time, Our Revolution will involve hundreds of thousands of people. These are people who will be fighting at the grassroots level for changes in their local school boards, in their city councils, in their state legislatures, and in their representation in Washington. We helped write the strongest and most progressive democratic platform in the history of the United States of America. While we did not get everything we wanted, it is fair to say that that document is an extremely progressive document. And let me also say this. If anybody thinks that that document and what is in that platform is simply going to be resting on a shelf somewhere, accumulating dust, they are very mistaken. We are going to make We are going to bring that platform alive and make it the blueprint for moving the Democrats forward in Congress and all across this country. We change the conversation regarding the possibilities of our country. That is what we change. We redefined what the vision and the future of our country should be. And let me, speaking only for myself, tell you what to me the political revolution means. And it means to me nothing less than the transforming of the United States of America, the transformation of our country into a society in which we will not continue to have a handful of billionaires controlling our economic, political, or media life.
Hear, hear, brother. We're here to make sure they don't control the media, and Bernie's fighting to make sure that they don't control the government. So understand the point of Our Revolution. It's a nonprofit, and it's going to support all these different candidates who are running for across the country. So just a little bit more from the LA Times, which is a rare media organization that bothered to cover it. They said he has also endorsed the campaigns of down-ticket candidates in a host of states who have embraced his calls for free college tuition and raising the federal minimum wage, now at $7.25. I like that they added that at the end because we're fighting for it to be $15. Remember how incredibly low it is today, still left unchanged by the people in power. Okay. So there's been a little bit of drama over the launch of this. He put Jeff Weaver, who ran his campaign, in charge of it. Some people that were in the organization apparently didn't like the way that Weaver handled the campaign. That kind of stuff happens all the time. I have no idea who's right or wrong on that because I wasn't inside the campaign. Some people are concerned that this is a 501c4, so they could take money from outside interests as well. they're not going to take corporate money. Again, look, I can't say for 100%, and that's why people are concerned. But I would be shocked by that. Will they take money from incredibly rich liberals? Yeah, they probably will. Can I live with that? I probably could. Look, here's the situation on that. My take on it is fight fire with fire until we put the goddamn fire out. Okay. Now, the one Achilles heel of the system is they allow unlimited money in, right? So if there's a couple of really liberal billionaires and they want to give to Bernie Sanders so that they could use that money to get money out of politics, great, as long as you do not waver from that mission. If you get seduced by that money and then all of a sudden you think, well, let me keep it in politics for a couple more years because I'm getting so much of it, then I'm going to totally flip and say, no, that's not the right method. Look, everybody's got their different ways of fighting this. So do I think that our revolution is the only way to go? No, I have a whole super PAC called Wolf PAC because I think the main thing you got to do and focus all of your energies on getting money out of politics. Get an amendment, change the actual Constitution, amend the Constitution as we're supposed to, as our founding fathers wanted us to do, to save our democracy. Otherwise, you can support these progressive candidates, but there's a waterfall of corruption. You've got to turn off the water. So that's why I do Wolfpack. Now, at the same time, like Wolfpack is totally funded by you guys, $10 at a time. So now, if somebody theoretically came in and wanted to give me $1 million, I'd say absolutely no strings attached. That's my guideline. You want to give me strings, then I'm not taking the money, guy, because I already have the guys at $10 a month. We are not going to waver from our mission, okay? But I think if somebody wanted to give me $1 million, I know, if somebody wanted to give me $1 million, no strings attached for Wolfpack, I'm going to take it. So that's why I think I don't mind Bernie Sanders setting up a 501c4. Look, I'm not in the nitty-gritty of that, and so I know that people who are fighting on those grounds, they feel super passionately about it, and they've been in the trenches for months, so I'm not discounting their point of view at all. But you fought for Bernie. You've got a sense of Bernie. Bernie is not a standard politician. It's not like he's going to take that money and all of a sudden be like, well, corporate interests are not so bad. Okay. I mean, I would be shocked beyond the ability to be shocked. So I could be wrong. I'm trying to give you both sides. But don't get so splintered that you can't achieve the objective. So the objective of our revolution is, let's go support progressive candidates fighting against the establishment, and let's try to get them any kind of support they need, whether it's money, it's volunteers, etc. So I believe in the revolution, and for me, I think the revolution is fixing the system. I do it through Wolfpack, I do it through the Young Turks, Bernie Sanders is now doing it through our revolution. I think it's wonderful. So don't get distracted by a lot of the noise. And if the guys who were in that group and who are now no longer part of it because of their concerns, great, start your own group or join Wolfpack or join anything else. But let's go get them. Let's do the revolution together. So no matter which path you want, it's still our revolution. So Bernie Sanders and everyone that worked in that group, let's go get them.
Help keep TYT independent by becoming a member. TYTnetwork.com/join.